I recently set out on a challenge to build the best possible gaming PC for under $300. In the last video, I was able to acquire all the different components that I'm gonna need for the build and did manage to stay within budget, but the question remains, does this stuff even work? In this video, we'll cover the teardown of the PC case that had the power supply, hook up all the different used components that I acquired off of Facebook Marketplace, and find out if it is in fact possible to build an entry-level gaming PC for under $300.
ATL Resell Guy.
So this was definitely one of the deals that just made this whole project possible. I just happened to get lucky on a couple of these deals. Ooh, hard drives. 2 hard drives. Having some extra storage in this build is pretty amazing. All right, let's get this power supply up out of here. And a random secret jump drive. Interesting. You tell me in the comments, what do you think? Should I check out the files and see what's on the thumb drive that was hidden inside the shell of this case? You guys comment, let me know. So when looking online, it seems like there's a quick and easy way just to give an initial test to a power supply. Take a paper clip and jump between those 2. Hey! We've got some life. Fan spinning, that's a very, very good sign. We can continue with the build because I don't have to look for a new power supply at the moment. So next thing that I want to do is check out this motherboard that's inside of the case that ultimately I'm going to be using for this build. There's a button on the side here. It's like a quick release for this glass. Gotta love that. So we've got our motherboard, the 2 Noctua fans. I've got some black fans inside of that other case that I want to switch out and just go for like an all black type machine. All right, let's decide what to do with those later. Should we do a bonus game check like a console and see if I get a bonus CPU down in here? Nope. What I realize now too is this old graphics card would have been a tight fit in there. I want to keep this case as factory and nice looking as possible without doing too many adjustments. Probably a good thing we got the 1080 Ti. Take out this bracket. Beautiful. Let's get that CPU in there. So I know there's a certain orientation that it needs to be in. There's a gold triangle in one of these corners, and it's supposed to meet up with a triangle on the socket here as well. Hey, nice. Thermal paste. Get some coverage on here. It's pretty good to me. All right, next thing I want to do is install this RAM that I got for free with the power supply tower. Gotta make sure these are seated correctly. Snappity snap, just like that. It's time to give this GPU a whirl. Let's throw this card in. I think we might be ready to plug in a power supply and try to fire this thing up, boys. CPU installed to the motherboard, thermal paste, heatsink down, graphics card installed, power to graphics card, motherboard, CPU, RAM installed. I think we're ready to fire. Now there are ways to test these individual components one by one before you spend all the time putting together a build. Honestly, it only takes a few minutes just to plug everything in and set it in place, screw it down. I think we're ready to go, so we're just gonna give it a whirl and see what happens. Oh, hey, shut the front door. Got fans spinning. I've got LED lights on the front of the unit. Okay, those beeps mean something. Let me Google and see what those beeps mean. Okay, so I Googled it and it said it's likely an issue with the RAM. So let me try to reseat these RAM sticks here. Seems pretty stable. No more beeping. Just checking all our connections here. I'm going to hook up a monitor too and just see if I can get a readout from it. Let's see if it'll post. Hey! Well, here we are, guys. I'm going to call this a victory. Even though I have not assembled it completely, what it appears is that all the individual components work. I don't know how to set a BIOS, so I'm going to have to do that off camera and figure out how to get this machine up and running in a Windows type environment. Huge success. I got super lucky on 2 of the deals that I found. Without the extra components that I got with this power supply, and without the extra components that came inside this case, I don't really think it's realistic to try to put together a build of this caliber for under $300. Great deal on the 1080 Ti. Even though this graphics card is 8 years old, it far exceeds the RX 5600 XT that I had. Pretty wild that I've got that level of graphics card in this PC that I spent less than $300 building. In the next video, I guess what I'll do is piece this thing together and just make it a functioning gaming PC, and I can't wait to share with you guys next time. Thank you guys again for watching. ATL Resell Guy signing out. Peace! Thanks for watching until the end of the video. If you haven't already, check above to make sure that you're subscribed to the channel. And if you'd like to enjoy more content like this, hit the links below to other videos.